Good evening and welcome to BackChat. I'm your host, Tama Madima. This evening we're chatting to Lebo Mosito, Tobile or Tobs. He's all the way in the United States of America. We're chatting with him this evening. It's going to be an interesting one. I hope you guys are excited. Hey, BackChat is back, guys. We're back in the mix. I see you. Welcome to each and every one of you. We're going to have a good time. I see Lebo Mosito is in the building. I'm going to accept his request. And I see you. XA, Lebo.
Hey, what's up?
How you doing, man?
I'm doing good. How about you?
Hey, all good, all good. It's been a minute.
Yeah, it's been a while. It's been a minute for real.
Yo, you've been in the United States of America for how many? Like 4 years now?
Yeah, 4 years
5.
this year. Actually 5 years this year. It'll be
Yo,
the fifth year.
hey,
Yeah,
it's crazy, eh?
for real. Yeah, since I visited home like 2017, so
Yo.
it's been a while. It's been a while since I was back in SA too. Yeah.
Yeah, but I must say I'm impressed, man. Accent, I can still hear you like you South African still, you know. So I'm
Yeah.
really, I'm impressed. I'm happy. That makes me happy. You
Thank
know,
you.
I spoke to Lisa Kellerman. Lisa was in America for a month. And she's already saying water. I was like, Lisa, stop it.
Yeah.
Yeah, but yeah, thanks for joining us this evening. We're gonna
No
have a good
problem.
one. Let's just welcome a few people. I see Justin Glacky. Welcome, brother. We've got Everett. I see you, Everett. I see you, Lumpy. Sifarzo. Ow. Sifarzo, the jumper, is back in the building. Kutano, welcome to you. Abdullah Karim, welcome to you. Nkanyiso, Sogza. I saw Violet. Violet is also in here. Brian, welcome, guys. It's good to see you. Lochis, is it Lochis or Logis? Yeah. So, my brother, who else is in here? We've got Chedza, we've got Edward, we've got I am Ndile, Andrew van Heerden. Welcome, guys. Chris Arons. It's good to have you. You know, it's always nice, when we have South Africans in the United States of America, because I mean we get to get information from that side, and also to just catch up on you guys, you know, with regards to how things are that side. There are more and more like South Africans going to America, you know, especially middle distance. If I look at middle distance runners, so it's good to hear, you know, is it working? How is life that side and all that? So yeah, looking forward to it.
Yeah. I mean, especially the transitioning from college, because I was in junior college to university was a
Mm,
big change, especially in training wise. You know,
mm,
I was running like 1440 some, but coming to college, I ran like my first race outdoor. I ran like 1408. So that was like a
yeah,
big transition. You can see the change of programs, change of
yeah,
coaches, it really took an impact on me. So
yeah. It's
yeah,
good.
but
Before
like
we get
during this
into all
time
of
in the
that,
pandemic is like,
eish, tricky.
mhm.
But before we get into all of that, I have to do an introduction so that people who are watching know, you know, who's in the building with us this evening.
Yeah,
If there's other information I'm missing, you must just let me know and be like, hey, don't forget about this. But
yeah,
ladies and gentlemen, with us this evening we've got Lebo Mosito, also known as Tobile or Tobs. That's what we used to call him back here in South Africa. He is, listen up, he's a SA under 23 5,000 meter bronze medalist, SA under 23 10,000 meter silver medalist, NJCAA All American. I know being an All American is always a big deal. You know, you'll explain that to us. You know, so people will read and they don't understand what's an All American.
yeah,
You're also a two-time NJCAA champion, as well as that's in the 5,000, as well as NJCAA 10,000 meter champion, also NJCAA men's track athlete of the year. Ladies and gentlemen,
yeah.
Lebo Mosito.
And thank you. And like since I came to university, I was a crowned 10,000 meter champion. I was
Yeah.
the 5,000 meter champion in the conference. And
Mm,
I was able to go compete in the regionals, so which is the big deal. But I couldn't go to nationals. It was a little bit tough. My body, I felt like it was tired. So
yeah, yeah.
I got to experienced the semifinals for actually quarterfinals, in the
Yeah.
NCAA. And yeah, that's my achievement. And last
Ah,
year
that's good.
in the conference yesterday I came third in the conference. So that's some of my achievements in university.
Yeah, big up to you, man. I mean, obviously, like, when you left South Africa, we already knew the talent you were in the cross country as well as the events we mentioned here as well. But before we get into all of that, where did your journey start? When did you discover, that you were a runner, that running is something that you wanted to do?
I mean, it started back in Kagiso, I'm saying college, in high school,
Yeah,
actually,
yeah.
But I used to run in primary schools just for fun. But it started in
Mm,
high school. My friend introduced me to our club, of which is Kagiso Striders. And then that's
mm-hmm.
where it started off. I ran long distance actually. I started
Yeah.
running like an hour. My coach I was like, when are we getting down? He's like, run, run, run. You know, that's when I saw my potential, like I can run. And then I changed coaches from that, but it was basically the same area. So I changed coaches and I went to another coach. But when I got into that coach, he was like, man, I see, I want you to represent South Africa. I was like, I've been with the coach. My first coach was just training us. But you just see me the first day, like, you want me to represent South Africa? It's like, yeah, you know. And then, I trained with him. And then that coach was training Keleto Senosi, actually.
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
I trained with Keleto Senosi a lot. And then I trained with him and I trained with him. And then, unfortunately, the December I came to Sponge, he
Mm.
passed away. And then
Ish.
Sponge was like, hey man, don't worry, I got you. You can just stay
Mm.
with us here, train with us. I see potential in you. I was like,
Yeah.
oh, okay, that's cool. And then that's when I trained with Sponge, and then I started running. I went to run the trials actually. When I ran the trials, I came in number 6, I think, and
Number
I
6, yeah.
qualified. Yeah, and
Yeah.
I qualified to, compete for South Africa, but we couldn't go. I don't know,
Ish.
financial stuff and all that, but we got
Yeah,
our
yeah.
SA colors. I got to wear
Yeah, yeah.
that gold and
No,
green, so it was amazing moments.
absolutely. Obviously, talking about the brass sponge, that's where, like, I first met you. And I mean, it was immediate. It was immediate to see we trained together there, but it was easy to see because your natural ability, very smooth running. You've got the natural speed, but you always had, you always knew that, name, man, this guy has got that. You've got the potential, to do big things, and I think, especially now as you entering, I mean, you still have a few years towards your peak years, especially for middle distance. Middle distance is not like sprints, huh? It
Yeah.
takes some time, it takes time, but yeah, we're looking forward to see how everything is gonna go. So yeah, man, really looking forward to that. So United States of America, how does that come across? But before we get into that, obviously, um, like you said, you did qualify at the trials. You finished 6th. I mean, when I look at the guys you ran against at those trials, I mean, a lot of the guys, the top 6, including yourself, they ended up representing South Africa and ended up being some of the middle distance athletes, we know and, accustomed to as well. Um, that moment of receiving your SA colors, I think it's obviously you weren't able to go, but I mean, you can explain how does that feel like? What is how was that feeling? I can tell it was a big moment for you.
Yeah, I mean, it was a big break actually. I was like, man, I made it. Talux actually took me. He was like, man, when you last kilometer, you're gonna be there. Just don't panic. You're gonna be in the top 10. Just don't panic. And it was true. I was in the top 10, like the
Mm,
last kilometer. And he was like, small, don't panic. Just stay there. And then qualifying, he said, I told you. And I'm qualifying, after some few days, they let us know, me and Precious. They were like, hey guys, everything is cancelled, but you
ish.
can come collect your attires and all this stuff. That's
Yeah,
the
yeah,
least we can do for you guys.
yeah,
And
yeah,
I was excited that I'm gonna get SA colors. Actually, I was like, okay, I mean that will keep me going, just looking at
yeah.
them, having them, training with them, it'll keep me going, it'll keep me pushing. So that's what I did actually. And then that year, I think I qualified to go represent my second place in under 23. I think I qualified with it to go represent South Africa in Zimbabwe. And then with the universities again, I think I was in TUT and I went to represent South Africa with them too. So, that kept me pushing. So, yeah.
Absolutely. Let's do a few welcomes. I see Sinesipho Dambile is in here. Dace Malavan is also in here. Hey, America's in the building this evening. We got, what is it, Restorana? Welcome to you as well. Ash Hate. Hey, some of these names. Welcome, guys. Andile GM. Good to see you. Lyle Sprints. I see you, brother. Okay, so obviously, yeah, you mentioned S23 student champs as well. And then at what point do you decide, listen, America, I mean, already at that time you were around about, let's call it 2021, you know what I mean? What makes you decide to say, listen, I want to pursue this idea of America? Where does it start? I mean, you don't just wake up and say, I want to go to America. Or when you're watching a movie and you're like, you know what, man, I want to be in the United States of America.
What happened is like I was like in my 11th grade, and then just looking at the guys coming to the United States, Mpoma Kofane and Katlego, and I was like, yo, and I trained with Mpo and I trained with Katlego, and I was like, hey, I wanna come there, guys. How do I do it? I can run, and by then I was not running that fast. The coaches were not that impressed with my times and all that stuff. But I contacted the coach from Monroe College. I was like, hey, man, I'm interested. And the coach said, finish school first, And I was like, okay, I will try. That's what I'm going to do. Not I will try. That's what I'm going to do, actually. And I finished school. And then the coach was like, your times are not good enough, bro. I was like, oh, no, But I stayed home for 6 months before, like, I went to college, to university there in South Africa for 6 months. And then Moses came along. He's like, bro, I know you want to go to the United States. I have a coach who will be interested in you. I was like, for sure. And I was like, yeah, I'm running like 14, 18 right now. So just talk to your coach. And he's like, the coach texted me. I was like, what the heck? I was like, yo. It's like, this is my times. Immediately when he texted me, I was like, these are my times. and then and the coach was like, oh, yeah, you could be, you could help our school. Just, I was like, for real? He's like, yeah. And I told the Palula sisters, and they were so excited for me. And then they tried to help me as much as they could. So, yeah.
Yeah, big up, man. I mean, what I like about the opportunity you took, and I mean, it's good you mentioned the names. I always say that, like, you must always like give like props to people who have helped you along the way, because although athletics is an individual sport, you can't do this thing alone, man. You can't do it. You can't do it alone.
Yeah.
There's people, whether it's fellow athletes or people who believe in you, or it's schools, universities, whatever, man. It's very important. So obviously now the coach is impressed. Let me see. I think Violet is asking a question here. She says, when do we put on the hotspot? Then we go to interview you from Cobra. Yeah, hey, Lidile, Violet. Let's make it happen. We'll talk. Yeah, so obviously then you decide to go to America, né? And you get the opportunity. How is that process? Obviously, it's not as the coach is interested. What's the process? I just want to help. Maybe there's somebody who's also looking at using the opportunity to do that. Some are staying, some are going, but those who want to go, what is the process like?
So it's not an easy process. It's so stressful, but it's possible. The thing is that it's possible. If you put your mind and your energy in it, I mean, you're gonna make it. So the first thing first, what the coach told me is that we need a bank statement, and they wanted a chunk of amount in the bank statement. I was like, how am I gonna get it? So I was like, how am I gonna get that bank statement first of all, And then, but like the Palula sisters were there. Like I was like, yo, this is what I need. And then they showed up. Like they were like, for real, you wanna go to the United States and we are here, we can help you. I was like, yeah, they need a bank statement, but they're not gonna cash out the money in your bank statement. They were like, we don't know, but like let's call the coach. And I was like, yo, coach, we gotta call you. And the coach was like, okay, cool. Like when? And we set up a meeting, and I told the Palula sisters, and then they called the coach, and they sent the bank statement. After I applied on my side, and then they sent the I-20. The I-20, that's what led you to apply for the visa. And then after that, I had to go back home because I was in Pretoria. I had to go back home and then do the visa and then get a support for a flight ticket. I had to go to the municipality, and the municipality showed up in the big time, in a big way. And they were so supportive. It was great. And the person who helped me to get into the municipality, it was a soccer coach. He's like, you going to the United States? I was like, yeah. He's like, bro, I know a person. That person was in the municipality, and then that person, she was like, yo, I'm gonna transfer you to another person, and the other person to another person, until I go to the person who was willing to help me. And at least that lady, it's Munusi. So Munusi, I'm still connected with her right now. She helps me as much as she can and all that kind of stuff. So it was a process, and I had to prepare for my visa. The scariest moment of my life. I was like, what if I fail? I'm not going anymore. I'm not going anymore. So, but it went very well, and I was so excited. After getting my visa, I went to Pretoria to collect it, and I took all my stuff from the camp, and then I went home. And then I scared a lot of people at the camp. I was like, I'm going home, man. I'm going home. I didn't explain that I'm going to the United States.
Yeah.
And they were like, what are you doing, bro? You so good. Why are you going home? This is like your future. This is like, why are you going home? I was like, I'm just kidding, guys. I'll show them the visa. They were like, whoa, bro, you really going to the United States now. We see the dream. I was like, yeah, the Palula sisters are really happy for me. And it was a great moment.
Yeah, absolutely, man. Big ups. Hey, yeah, you gotta do these things, man. I mean, end of the day, like the whole process of getting there is also, it's part of you believing in yourself. It's part of you showing like your faith and sticking through it as well.
Yeah.
Let's do a few welcomes again here. I see Edwin CCP is in here, my brother. I see you. Running Ways, South Africa. Antonio Farmer, I see you. Welcome. Who else? Tejo Fatsun, who is here. Welcome, brother. We've got Tumelo Tahe, my brother. He's also here. Blessings Itole, Christopher, good guy. Number 7, Lucky Tower. Welcome. Leo Alfonso, my brother. Welcome. Yeah. So yeah, man, it's good to hear. Let's talk about this. So obviously now, before let me just put America on a hold for now. We'll get back to that. So like role models. Did you have any role models like when you were climbing the ranks here, or even earlier or now? Who are the people that you look up to as like your role models on on the events that you run?
I mean, like first time coming to Pretoria, I never thought I would meet Stephen Mokoka, and I met him because back in my previous clubs and my previous in high school, we used to look at his videos, and it was so crazy. Like we liked everything about him. Would repeatedly look at them, and then that's the person that I looked up to through. So yeah, I mean, seeing him, and he was like complimenting me actually. He was like, are you running long distance or middle distance? He's like, you got a lot of speed, man. What are you doing in the 5,000 or in the 10,000? I was like, I love them, that's what I want to do. And, him complimenting me for the very first time, it was like, whoa, like, which means I got some talent, which means I got something. So that's the person that I really look up to, in South Africa. So, yeah.
Shout out to Intim being a Gobeki, TP, Stephen Mukoka. Come on, he's a living legend, man. He plays such a big role.
And training with him, just training with him is like amazing. Before I came here, I mean, probably he doesn't know, because he just took me as like one of the boys who trains with him. But I don't like confining into people. Be like, hey man, but I would ask him advice. I would be like, hey man, like I want to go to the United States. What should I do? And he was like, bro, go. What are you doing here? Like, why not? Like you're gonna improve, you're gonna run fast, we don't know what's gonna happen, but like there's a big opportunity you gotta take. And I was like, and I told him, I was like, hey, I want to run 5,000, 15,000, and like 5,000. So I want to specialize on those. And he advised me, he's like, man, doing morning jogs every day, that will really help you. And he told me what should I do in the morning, how should I run it, and those kind of stuff. And then, I stood there with him for like 30 minutes. He was explaining to me. So, when I call him, I just call him on the side. I don't want to call him when the guys are like around. I'll be like, hey, man, what should I do? What is your best advice? I want to go this path. And it's like, you can make it. You're still young. When Stephen Mugoka talks to us, he'll be like, you're still young. You can make it. It feels like you can go run right now. He's like, I was like, I could take like my training shoes and just go run. So that's how it felt like every time when he spoke to us. So
Yeah.
it was an amazing feeling, including Talux. Talux, he's the best motivator, man. Like I still call him even now. Like if I need I'll be like, bro, I'm stressed out, or I'm like, I don't know my path properly. I'll be just calling Talux. I'll be like, thank God for you, man. Like he was like, when you go to the United States, make sure, bro, you will be having everything over there. You won't have to worry about anything. The thing that you will have to worry about is education and your running. That's all. And I came here. That's what it is right now. So yeah.
Absolutely, man. And yeah, I mean, exactly what you're saying. It's so important. And I mean, I like. Hey, I see George Kushka is in the building. George Kushka. Shout out to the man from
Yeah,
Nebraska.
one of the
I see
best.
Days has joined him there at Nebraska. Hey, the South Africans, they want to cause havoc, okay?
Yeah,
Uh,
like days he ran an amazing time, like 14, 16, I think, in the 5K. So wow, big up to him. And Josh has been doing really, really great in Nebraska. Those guys are like on fire.
yeah. Shout out to them. I see Lizo Teron, Yanni Skumbi. Welcome, guys. Welcome. All right, so now the next, I see, is that Zandile? Yes, oh, Rebellious. The Rebellious one, Nolo is also in here. Morex Rendani, Tia, Masai, Alex. Welcome, guys. Always good to have you guys. Yeah, we're back. We're back full swing. Hey, this week we've got a lot of amazing chats coming up. Wednesday, we've got a big one. Tomorrow, Thursday. So yeah, stay tuned, guys. So the next thing I want to ask. So obviously, going to America and starting at a college and then eventually transferring to now where you at a university. What has been your biggest motivation, like for track and field and for running? What would you say is like your motivation? What motivates you? I mean, you left South Africa, and you went all the way there. I mean, that's America. America.
Yeah.
I've only seen America on TV, and I'm a grown man. I'm like a grown man. All I know is that it's far.
Yeah.
So like, what is your biggest motivation? What's your biggest motivation in life, in general?
First of all, I mean, it's God. I don't want to lie. I pray, I love God for where He took me to where I am right now. I always like,
Yeah.
when I was like going to school, when I was going to practice, I was like, live as a slave right now and you will live as a king for the rest of your life. When those achievements come, when you achieve those kind of stuff. But like, first is Christ, and first is like, achieving my goals. If like I set a PR and I achieve it, that's my biggest motivation, which means running is my biggest motivation, and the achievements that I get. So that's, when I want to run like at least under 14, or I want to run at least under 13 and all that kind of stuff, that's if I achieve it, that's my biggest motivation that I can do more. So yeah.
Absolutely, man. That's what it is. End of the day, setting goals is important. I see George Kushka says, Days says, thank you. Yeah, man. Guys, we need to take over. Guys, we need to take over. So what you guys must do eventually, we must create a suburb, and then we'll all come, and then eventually we'll have a section there in America.
For real, that's true. That's true. That's what a lot of people do here. You see Indians, they do that. You see like a lot of nationalities, they come here in America and they create their own village. We should do that too.
All right, man. Tell us what's the climate like there in America? Obviously, I've seen indoor athletics is going on. Like you said, Days and them ran. Guys are gearing up. I saw also from Patrice's side, his teammates were running. track and field at the moment, how is it looking there? Are the competitions going on? Obviously, it's closed doors, etc. But what's the situation like that side?
I mean, it depends on how your school handled the COVID, you know.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Oh, so my school, like, you know, we had like a bad testing, which is like a lot of positives. So most of them we were not able to run this week. So, you
Mm-hmm.
know, that's what it is, you know.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
the track has been, you know, shut down for some couple of days, you know, so that until everybody can get back and, you know, we can run. And it's been so demotivating to me personally, emotionally,
nice.
physically, and spiritually. Like, you know, last week we had to come back and run as a team and, you know, practice and all that kind of stuff. And then this coronavirus happened in my team and all that stuff. So, you know, a lot of people had to go to quarantine and all that stuff. I was so excited that we are back together as a
Yeah,
team, you know. And then the COVID happened. It's just like a demotivation. Like, you know, you cannot even excuse me, you cannot even go to practice, you know, you've been
nice.
practicing like by yourself since like last semester, and then even now you're still practicing by yourself. You know, it was so good to
Yeah,
just see my teammates. It was so good
yeah,
just to be with them, practice, talk, have some chats, and be like, so yeah. But like now this week having to go through that, mentally is like demotivating. So that's where I am right now. But I'm just trying to get back. I talked to my coach this morning. I was like, coach, this is how I feel. I don't know, but he's like, man, I see potential, bro. Like, don't, just don't lose focus. I see
yeah.
you running. I see you being in the top 10 in SA. It's like, just keep running. Just keep doing the core exercises. And later things matter. So so yeah.
Yeah, absolutely, man. End of the day, we're all in this together, man.
Yeah.
It affects each and every single one of us. And I hear you, and I think it's okay to feel the way you do. But yeah, like you said, man, remember your motivation. Stay focused. Stay hungry, man. Hey, you're representing South Africa out there. So please, Bafanas, make sure.
For sure. But yeah, we
um,
never know. It's Olympic year. We never know what's gonna happen.
hey, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, yeah, yeah. You need to grind. You need to hustle, man.
Yeah, yeah, for
Shout
sure.
out to Jason Richards, Leslie. I see you, Johnick Smith. Oh, Johnick. I see you, Jan Hubert. Welcome. Who else? Lisandre Mulder, Lene van Heerden. Welcome. Kayla Meyer. Thanks, guys. Always good to see you guys. All right, we need to wrap it up soon, man. It's
Cool,
been
cool.
good. Is there anything, uh, any message you have for South Africans, people who are out here? Message you have for fellow athletes, who
Mhm.
are, wherever they are. Any message that you have for them before we close this evening?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, God first, so, and like, it's possible. Whatever dream you want to achieve is possible. For me, it's like it's possible because I believe in Christ, He makes it possible. He cleans my path. So if you believe in God, it's possible. If you believe in your dreams, it's really, really possible. You just got to work hard. Somebody told me that, it's possible, but you got to work hard. So yeah,
Hey,
that's what it is.
yeah, man, it's absolutely. It's possible. I like
Yeah.
that. It's possible. It's possible. So, man, from our side, man, I say like, keep on shining that side. Keep on chasing your dreams. Keep working. Like Mokoka said a few years back, it's still the truth now. You still have time on your hands. Uh, your peak years are approaching. I mean, you still have many years towards your peak years. So everything you do now, just adds up towards that. I am Penyo. Welcome. We're almost wrapping up, brother. But yeah, man, thanks a lot for your time. Thanks for the opportunity to chat with you, and just touch base. We're gonna try and speak to as many of the guys there in America as possible. It's not always possible, but yeah, like
Yeah.
end of the day, we haven't forgotten you guys.
I
We
didn't, I
try.
didn't real I didn't realize we had a lot of athletes like this in South Africa. I mean, like it's like the 88 show. This
Yeah,
one, like
it's
episode.
crazy.
I'm so amazed. I remember requesting it. I was like, Temba don't care about us. But like I realized that it's work, and it's like you gotta set up interviews. You gotta talk to these guys, and so you
Yeah,
gotta run around the schedule and all that kind of stuff. So, but I
yeah.
appreciate it. Thank you very much. And yeah, yeah. So, shout out to Mukoka for the advices, and, I really appreciate him for being there, and, when I needed him, and Talux. And then shout out to
Yeah.
Precious Mashele.
Oh,
He
Backtrack.
was like, yeah, he was like a brother to me while I was in Pretoria every time. Shout out to Moses for this opportunity that, he showed up whenever
Yeah.
I needed him. So yeah,
Yeah.
it's been great. Shout out to Team Jesus. So yeah, Team Jesus. It's always about God. Every now and then. So
Yeah.
yeah, yes, in says the accent just changed. Nah, it doesn't change. It doesn't change. This is how I always speak. I'm just kidding. But yeah, shout out to those guys. It's been a
Yeah.
great time, and I'm hoping that I'll put some work and I wanna Mokoka said don't compete with me, but be if you wanna be more, don't compete with him. So I wanna just be more, I wanna show
Yeah.
up and amaze people, and so yeah, I wanna follow what Mokoka says. I still remember Talux. So yeah, and Coach Sponge, shout out to Coach Sponge before I
Oh,
forget him. He's one of the
that's
best.
coach.
He put me on the spotlight, man. Like, like from 15:25 to 14:18. I remember I broke that PR in within 3 weeks. That's crazy.
Hey,
From
that's
15:25,
crazy.
I went 15 flat. I went 14 40 something, and I went to 14 40 something to 14:18. So look at me right now. I'm here, and I still talk to Coach Sponge. So
Yeah.
it's been great. It's been real, and shout out to you, Timber. I appreciate this, and yeah,
Yeah, man. Yeah.
yeah.
Americans in the shout out. Yeah, shout out, man. No,
For
man. I
real,
appreciate it. I see
for
Zintle
real.
Sinwe says Sponge is
Yeah.
a goat.
Yes,
Absolutely.
for real.
He
He,
is.
he made a lot of athletes, and even now I still talk to him. He's a great guy, and I wanna, like, if I visit South Africa, just to go visit him. And the time I went back, like, it was amazing. I never thought he would be this excited. He was so excited to see me. Like, he took pictures. He's like, "Come on, come here, come close, don't go far." Like, it was so amazing. I was like, "Yo, like, coach is excited for what he's doing in our lives." We are changing. Just him coming to the training camp and changing lives is really
Yeah.
amazing. So without him, he picked me from out of nowhere, and he saw the potential, and he was like, "Man, I wanna make something out of you." And then that thing, it's still coming out of me. So I'm so amazed how many lives he has changed, and I'm part of that process. So I'm like, yeah, it's amazing. So
Yeah,
when I'm
brother.
coming back to SA, yeah,
Kumbula Kaya.
yeah, it's looking for you. I don't know yet, but time will tell. So I'm still working, and yeah. So time will tell until I
Yeah.
break the ASA record, probably. So yeah.
All right, man. Brother, thanks a lot for your time. Really appreciate it. Yeah, and that's that for this evening. We're gonna be back again tomorrow. Guys, okay, keep looking out. Tomorrow we actually have Days Malivane with us. He's gonna be with us tomorrow. Yeah, we're gonna try cover as many athletes as possible. Then Wednesday we've got a big jumper. Big jumper. Yay! He's in the building. You guys must just stay tuned in. Like, I think it's so important that you stay tuned in, because the stories that you hear from each athlete is so different. But all of them are equally as important, and they make a difference in all our lives. So yeah, guys, keep tuning in. But Lebo, thanks a lot. We'll chat and
Well,
catch up soon. All right.
yeah, don't forget about me, man. Just keep texting me, say, "Hey, what's up?" I'll
Yeah,
keep,
for
like,
sure.
checking on you too. So yeah, it was
Sure,
a
sure,
nice
sure.
chat. I appreciate it. Thank you.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, you heard it straight from Lebo Mosito. I hope you guys enjoyed the chat. Thanks a lot for tuning in. We'll be back again tomorrow. Like I said, we got Days Malivana. We're gonna do 8 o'clock again, just because of time difference, 8 hours at the moment, 6 to 7, depends. But tomorrow, 8 p.m., we'll be back. Thanks everybody. Thanks for watching, guys. Have a good evening. God bless and take care. Yo,
Yo.
cheers. Away.